The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Okay, if we've got audio out there, somebody do a shout out, jump into that question box, and let us know that you can actually hear us. This is Mike Green from Spokane, Washington, and I've got Steve Hyman on the line with us, one of our founders. I've got a 5x5. I've got hello. Hang on a second. Wow, we've got everybody saying yes. Hey, welcome to the call, you guys. We're here to educate this afternoon. We're going to open this up to some questions as well, so stay with us, and we'll see if we can get some of your questions answered directly on this webinar tonight. You go ahead and use the question format to start loading some questions up. If you have some now, we'll get as many of those covered as we can in the time we have with you today. Steve, are you with me?
I am certainly with you, Mike.
Awesome. I'm going to open up the video portion. Now everybody can shout it again. Let's make sure that video is coming through clear. Audio is clear. Somebody, anybody? I got a Y. I got a yes. All right, Steve, looks like we're in action.
All right. You guys are great. Well, welcome, everyone. It's my pleasure to be here tonight with you. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully everyone's on board at this point. We're getting started on time tonight. So, Mike, thanks for sharing your screen. This, folks, is our new capture page. I'm going to start off with just a quick disclaimer. We're going to be polishing this page up over the course of the next 3 or 4 days, probably by the weekend. It's going to be just tricked out a little bit more. There's some rough edges to it, but it's still a really solid page. I really like where this is going. There's some key elements on here that are some powerful tools for you guys to use out in the field that I want to make sure you don't overlook. Down at the bottom of the screen, you see on the right-hand side, you'll see the income disclosure, the compensation plan, and the income opportunity video. And those are all really powerful tools. You can click on the comp plan or one of those, Mike, and open it up if you want real quick. And boom, there you go. You get the comp plan. And so when you're sitting with your prospects, take the time to go through the comp plan. Take the time to go through the IDF and to watch that video. They're really powerful, helpful tools. They're going to get your people started in the right way so that you don't have to explain as much. We're going to be continuing to add to those, to update them, to improve everything. So, Mike, if you want to go back here. Let's see. So, you can see it explains real quick the 5 ways to earn. There's 4 steps to this process. For the time being, Mike, if you want to click on that, skip the full process, or if you want to show them the
let's go ahead and show them what our full tree looks like. I think it's pretty neat graphics. I don't know if you just noticed, but as soon as I clicked into the first name field, you already got some leaves growing on your tree.
Which is what we want. We want people to have leaves growing on their tree in their business, to be bringing new people in with each area they move into. So it's a great representation for us. So as he's moving through that, your tree fills out. Tells you a little bit more about the story, our story, and again, we're going to be completing this and polishing this up a little bit. But you can see right now, it unfortunately defaults back to the fresh tree, so that'll be fixed. There's a lot more to the story, which you'll see at the very end when you click. How old are you today, Mike?
That looks a little bit like fall. We need to get back into spring.
Yeah, well, we'll go through this and we'll get back to spring. Quick, pick a year. Don't be shy.
Oops, I did the wrong birthday. There, I want everybody to add me Facebook and send me a birthday greeting card. There you go. You got Mike Green's birthday. We're gonna go mail.
Yeah, I'm not sure I believe it. I don't believe that. You don't look that old.
This is another birthday.
All right. So I know for test purposes, we're going to make sure we're in the United States because you got to have all the correct information on this. It's really important, folks, that people have the correct information, not just to complete the sign-up form, but also when we get into the point of making commissions to people. Your account needs to be verified. We need to make sure we've got proper identification. For everyone living in the U.S., we're going to have to send out W-9s. We're going to have to do the proper paperwork. So we need to make sure that the correct information, your address is correct. We've got a phone number for you and all of that stuff. So when you're getting your prospects to sign up, encourage them to actually complete everything. You can see right out of the gate, it brings up the terms of use. This is a long document. It could take some time to read, but if you've got the time, I encourage you to read it. There's some crucial information in there. Telling you all this, I'm realizing I'll probably do a condensed version of the most important aspects of the terms for easy access when we start adding our documents in the back office, which will be very, very shortly. We've got documents we got to get in. Obviously, you have to sign off on these. So the very next step is choosing a free affiliate or an associate. The free affiliate is it's free, but you're limited to one way to earn, which is just through sales commissions. To become an associate, it is a 48 annual fee, and there are 5 ways to earn, including sales commissions, the daily advertising rebate, and then 3 different areas in the matrix pool, which are really exciting. We won't go into those in detail right now and kind of move through this. But the very first step that you need to do to take care of paying for those things to become an associate is, as Mike's about to point out here, is get your e-wallet set up. So step 1, boom. And I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Mike. He's our current expert on this. I'll again do a little disclaimer, folks. This is pretty cutting edge for most network marketing companies. This method that we're approaching or using rather. So some of this is a little new to us too. We're still figuring out best methodologies. As we get those clarified, we'll be sharing them with you. But today we're going to go ahead and share the most critical elements of getting your e-wallet set up so that you can begin purchasing. And with that, I hand the mic over to Mike.
Thank you. Okay, as I click into this page, I think we all gravitated to step 2, and I would encourage everyone to make sure that a brand new free affiliate that signs up into this program actually hits that step 1 first. Very, very critical that they get their e-wallet set up. So simply click the green setup button, set up iPayout e-wallet. And here you go. There is a short video up in the upper right-hand corner. I'll tell you that the instructions in that video do not really follow 100% in line with the sign-up process, although I thought it was a pretty good video to watch. I think it was 5 or 6 minutes long. Kind of gave you some insight as to what you're going to be doing. But get started. I can tell you this is the easiest part of the process right here. Click Get Started. The system goes through some of the basic setup charges, some of the fees. I will tell you that those fees are not going to be billed until you start taking money out of your e-wallet. So the $12.95 that we used to pay to set up an e-wallet, that's gone. This becomes the new fee structure. There's a complete detail of all the fees if a person wants to click right here on the view to complete complete schedule, give you the entire schedule of those fees. Simply come down. It's click-proof, guys. Just click. I have viewed and agreed to all fee schedules. I agree to the terms and conditions and click next. Most people should be able to fill this form out without too much trouble because it's all personal information. So I was corrected with a Skype earlier today. It's 1313 Mockingbird Lane. That was the Munsters. What was that, the 60s? Anytown, USA. I'm going to go Idaho again. That's where I'm actually at today. 83814. Phone number. Cell number. It's already got my email placed in here. Date of birth. Okay, write that down. Oops, I keep doing that because I'm 55. I know what year I was born. There you go. Continue. You get to pick the language. So for our international guests, iPayout at least has been translated into several different languages. I'm going to stay with my favorite, English. You've also got a couple of options up here. I would like to receive email notifications about e-wallet transactions. I would strongly recommend leaving that box checked. It is nice to get an email notification every time something's moving inside of your e-wallet. If you're a text nut and you want to get that information texted to you, they are going to charge you 10 cents per text, and you can check that if you want. I just went with the email. All my emails come through my smartphone now anyway. Create a 4-digit PIN. 10-digit PIN. So you can make that as complex as you want. 4 to 10-digit numbers. And you just set up, I call that kind of step one of setting up your e-wallet. You now have your e-wallet information intact. The very next step, I would do this all in one setting. The very next step is you're going to want to attach a bank account. So you go right under My Account, drop down to Bank Accounts, and you want to add a bank account to your iPayout system. And this is what's going to allow iPayout to actually pay you when you take leave commissions and drop it into iPayout. iPayout will automatically transfer those funds if you set it up to automatically do it back into your bank account. So this is the bank account where you would probably want to start taking, income. Pretty simple explanation here. Step number one, name the checking account. So you might have a business checking account, you might have a personal checking account, you might establish a leaf checking account, whatever you want to call it. I go personal checking. Your routing number. And if you get that routing number wrong, I love that part. It actually tells you got it wrong. There you go. Routing number, checking account number. Repeat that. Don't bother writing that down. That's a fictitious account number. Now, all of that information started populating the Step 2 screen. They've got Glacier Bank, Mountain West Bank. They've got their corporate headquarters. They're actually at Coeur d'Alene here, even though it's a bank in Spokane. Leave all of that alone. It's transferred over email address. Home address, my name, Anytown, USA. They're going to charge me $1 for linking my bank account. To iPayout. Your secondary payment account is an account which will be used to withdraw funds automatically in the case where you do not have enough funds on your e-wallet. I personally have not checked that box. Personal preference. I want money coming into my account. I'll let you know when I want it going out. Gives you a confirmation page. Confirm the bank account. Just make sure all that information is correct. Click the I authorize leave for designated assignees and click finish. And you have just linked your bank account to iPayout. iPayout is linked to your leave account. So now your commissions are going to go from your rebate earnings or sales commissions. You move that into your iPayout account. You're going to be able to set up your iPayout account to transfer that money directly into that checking account that we just attached. Now, you need to go through one more step, and I can't show you all of the components here, but I'll take you through a few. What you're going to want to do is now verify that bank account with iPayout. They want to make sure that you got your routing number right, your checking account number right, that your name is actually on that checking account. So click Continue, and you'll see right here that you've got a red X. So to transfer funds to your e-wallet or from your e-wallet, it's not verified yet. I think that's no, that's not a hot link. I was thinking that was going to take me where I wanted to go. Okay, if you do not have a check, so this is for people that actually run checking accounts without using a check. They do it all on debit cards. You can get a letter from your bank that will identify the routing number and the account number, and of course your name would be on that document as well, and you can fax that information into iPayout. I think the easier path for those of you that are using checks is upload document. So again, it's under my account. First, we went to bank accounts and we added a bank account. Now we're actually going to upload information to verify that bank account. So upload document, authorization form, and voided check. You click it. Here's the bank account that we just attached to your iPayout account. Click it. Then what you're going to want to do, for those of you that have scanning capabilities, some people don't know how to do that. I actually saw a pretty neat trick I'm going to share with you this afternoon. Last night, it worked very, very nicely. But you want to create a document, take one of your checks from that checking account, write void on it. Make sure you don't write void over the checking account number, the routing number, or your name and stuff, because that's what iPayout actually wants to verify. But you take that voided check, write void right down the center of that check, scan it into your computer. That'll create a document. Place that document on your desktop, I think, is the safest place to save that. And then you actually click this choose file, and you can go find that document. So on my desktop, actually, I've got a guy that I'll tell you how we did this. This was really neat. But I click on that and click open, and that just attached that copy of that voided check to this document. And when I click upload, I'm done. I've now sent my copy of my voided check off to iPayout so they can verify my routing number, my checking account number, and the name on my check. So I'm not going to hit upload because I don't want to confuse iPayout, but that would complete the process of verifying your checking account back to iPayout. Now, here was because a lot of people aren't really familiar, a lot of people don't have printer scanner capability. Almost everybody has a smartphone. If you don't, go find somebody that does. I think 1 out of 3 people here in the United States actually have a smartphone now. Maybe it's 2 out of 3. Maybe I get that backwards. Anyway, go to somebody that has a smartphone, have them take a picture with their smartphone of your voided check. Just have them zoom in on it, write void on the center of that check, and have them take a picture of it. As soon as they've taken a picture on their smartphone, have them email it to you. Once they email you that document, you'll be able to go to your email account, open up the email that was just sent to you from your friend that used their smartphone, or use your own smartphone, that now you've got that document in your email. Simply open that document and save it to your desktop, and you'll be in the same position where you've got a copy of your voided check. So we did that about 4 times last night. There was a guy that the presentation I was doing, and he had one of those iPad daily jobs, and he just sat around and was taking pictures of everybody's voided checks. It was the coolest thing. And then he would send me the email. I had it on my computer, and we were verifying e-wallets left and right. So use your smartphone if you have to. If you have a printer at home that has scanning capabilities, again, just scan that voided check, get that image, download it in here, and then click the upload document button, and that finishes that confirmation. Steve, did I leave anything out? Steve, tell me you're still with me. Steve muted out. He's been having a hard time.
I think you got it. That's the trick I was going to share too. I think that's a very easy way. I think you covered the essentials to this so far. So let's show them a few ways of how to get some money into their account.
Right. So that was all in the first initial setting, guys. Get everybody through this process. The brand new. Oops. Back up the page. That's not going to let me go home. Or I've lost.
You have logged out?
Yeah, maybe I did stay on this page too long a time. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go to. Let's see if this works. We're going to go to now how to actually deposit funds into your iPayout account, into your e-wallet. And I will tell you that this verification process that I just went through, I did this on the 4th of July. That is a national holiday where all the banks are closed and most businesses are shut down here in the United States. And iPayout verified my bank within 22 minutes. It was actually a pretty neat process to watch that happen on a holiday. So I'm not sure exactly what their staffing is, but they were working on the 4th of July. I was pretty impressed. Now, to download or to deposit money into your iPayout account, into your e-wallet, I'm going to show you 2 very clear paths. There's 9 different paths to date. Steve, do you want to talk a little bit about, I think I have to go log back in. Do you want to talk a little bit about the credit cards while I load this back up?
Sure, absolutely. So we're in the final stages of getting approval through iPayout with our credit card system. separate merchant account to be integrated into iPayout. So when you're in your e-wallet, or I'm sorry, when you're going to purchase advertising, you just go and select the amount that you want in purchase advertising. It's going to create an invoice and take you back to the e-wallet page. And from there, you'll be able to select which option you want. And very soon, but before the end of the week, we hope, you will be able to choose to pay with a credit card. Now, obviously, in the setup process, when we're getting people on board, this is crucial because it's instantaneous. So we're eagerly waiting for that to be implemented. But it's also going to allow you to purchase volume up to 1,500. So once you're done with your sign-up, you'll also be able to purchase a fair amount of advertising instantaneously using your credit card. And that will be located in the same, as far as the options go, as the other options. When you're down at the bottom, you click into your e-wallet, you're going to see your invoices up on top. Mike will show you this. And then down below it says, how do you want to pay? And you can choose the bank or the wire transfer, the cash option, or credit card as soon as that's available, which, again, should be hopefully before the end of the week. You back on board there, Mike?
Yeah, well, hang on just a second. Let me...
Oh, you got to log back in as...
Yeah, but it should be through to... I needed to answer the email confirmation deal. So I'm going to log into my back office real quick here and show you this. So hang on just a second. We get to the iPayout part. I don't want to confuse everybody with what you're looking at. So hang on just a second.
Remember, folks, we're taking questions. Make sure to get your questions down in the question area. We won't be able to get to all of them tonight. We'll get to as many as we can. So please be patient with us. If you've got a really critical question and we do not answer it, go ahead and drop it to us on Facebook. Use our support system. We apologize if you've got a support ticket open and it hasn't been responded to. We're a little bit behind, and there's a bit of a display issue. We're getting through that as rapidly as possible and getting caught up. So please just hold tight if you've got a support ticket. But if you've got another issue, open a support ticket, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, Mike,
okay,
you're back.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. Hey, we're actually looking at my back office, and ignore all these recent transactions because, as you can see, we've been in here playing with the account. You see a bunch of transactions we were playing with and then voiding out. So ignore that part of the transaction. Let's say this is your brand new associate that just signed up and he wants to wire in some funds. So we're going to hit wire to e-wallet. Wire to e-wallet, we'll say we're going to purchase $2,000 in advertising. Spokane, date of. You can put any notes in this note section you want to identify that. I'm going to go test on 0709, just so I know what I was doing. Continue. It'll give you a recap. Now this is beginning to build your wire transfer information. So $2,000 is what I want to wire into iPayout. $30 fee on the receiving end, so that's iPayout. If you go to your bank to finish this wire transfer, they're probably going to charge you wire transfer fees to go out. But this is the fee that iPayout charges. So $2,000 is what's going to end up in your e-wallet, in your iPayout e-wallet. $30 is a fee that's going to the company. But as you can see, it's got all my information in here. I click continue. It says transfer instructions right here, but these are your wire instructions. And there's 3 different ways for you to go finish this transaction. Internet banking, using your bank's website and bill pay feature. Now, I tried that with my small local bank that I do business with, and it didn't work for me. So don't get frustrated if that part doesn't work. Try calling the bank to see if they'll finish this transaction for you over the phone. If they say no, worst case scenario, you're headed to the bank to do a wire transfer, which is how I've always done wire transfers myself. Go down to your local branch, it doesn't have to be, if you've moved and you're still banking with Chase, you're banking with Chase in, Eastern Washington, you're now living in Western Washington, just go down to a local Chase bank account and complete this transaction. Now, here's all of the information that the bank's going to need. It's got reference numbers. It's got routing numbers to the bank that's going to receive the money. It's got SWIFT codes, and it's got everything on it that your bank could possibly need to complete this transaction. The wire funds are going to Bank of America. There's Bank of America's address in Hollywood, Florida, and it's going to International Payout Systems, Inc. So that's where it's going, and all you need to do from this point is print this document. When you print this out, you're going to see this exact same document. Those are your wire instructions. Take that down to the bank, and they'll finish that wire transfer for you from your local bank. If you can get it to work with your bill payer system inside of your online banking system, go for it. If you can get it to work on the phone, you've got customer support through the bank that you bank with, you can do that as well. Worst case scenario, you're headed to the bank from this point to wire $2,000 into ipayout. That's exactly what it looks like. Now, a lot of people are saying, what about the wire confirmation? In the old system, we used to have a confirmation section. Once you did the wire, you had to go back into the back office and do a confirmation. Does not happen in this program. If I were to hit continue right now, I'm going to do it. So return to overview. Let's say I printed that out. Return to overview, and it shows that wire right here. $2,030. $30 is the fee. I've got that noted as that was a test on 7/9/13. So I'm pretty sure we can go in and delete that. Hopefully we can do that, Steve. Otherwise, I got to go down to the bank. So that is the transaction. There is your history that the transaction that you've at least printed out the documentation, head down to the bank, finish that transaction. And I'll tell you something on the print. I don't know if this is going to let me go back a page. Yes, it did. On the print, this afternoon I was working with a gal. We didn't have a printer. I'm out mobile. I'm on my laptop. We don't have a printer. What I did is I took this document, clicked print, waited for it, and destination, save as PDF. Oh, I think I've already changed that. So we're going to save this document as a PDF right on my computer. So that just took that document and saved it on my desktop. It was as simple as that. From my desktop, again, just like that check that we took a photograph of with a smartphone, we can take that PDF and we can email it. I don't care. You can email it to yourself. You can email it to wherever it's going, someplace where you'll have access to a printer. So even remotely, you're going to be able to take these wire instructions and get it to the person that needs to have it. But you want to get it to a computer that actually has a printer. I hope that makes some sense to you guys. So that's one path of getting your account set up. You need to cancel. And we'll go back. Okay. And Steve, I'm not sure how to get to, from this loop, I'm not sure how to get to ZipZap.
Would you have to hit the pay by cash back in the invoice area?
Yeah. Do I want to do that on my account? I'm just creating a nightmare for myself down the road, I think.
Well,
let's go ahead and do that.
Yeah, we just want to show them that how easy it is to find the location. ZipZap's a third-party service that ipayout works at. They allow you to go to any of their locations and deposit cash. Some of them will allow you to use a credit card to deposit cash into your ipayout or to deposit into your ipayout account directly. So, that's a great way to get cash into your account.
Okay, let's go through the rules, but I'm just going to throw $100 in here, Steve. So I'm going to go to dashboard, and I'm going to go to advertising. Dashboard doesn't look very fast.
Good to show them anyway, Mike. And then
I
said this is good to show them anyway. This process.
Yeah, this is brand new, guys. If you've been tuning this out, you're going to want to tune in here. Purchase advertising. You get this drop-down menu. I'm pretty sure we're all used to seeing this. E-wallet. I don't have anything in my e-wallet, but I want to buy $100 in advertising. I don't want to get too carried away, Steve, because I know we have to go and correct these things. So purchase this amount, and you're going to get a drop-down or a shadow box that says, in order to complete this purchase, you must go to your e-wallet's management page to finish the checkout process. So what I did this is kind of like internet shopping. I just bought $100 worth of advertising. I need to go pay for it. So clicking that green button is going to take me back into my iPayout. And as you can see, there's that transaction right there on 7/9. I just chose to buy $100 in advertising. Now, I want to bring you to this page. As you can see, we tested this a couple of times yesterday. I wanted to bring you to this page because this is where you have access to 9 different ways of purchasing or loading your e-wallet or completing that purchase that you just tried to make. The quickest one, I think that if you're doing anything over $500, I think you're going to want to go, for now, I think you want to go to the wire funds. Once we have credit card up and running, I think your credit card icon is going to be sitting right here. Again, Steve, is it safe to say that should happen by the end of the week?
Yeah, it should. We're supposed to be approved by tomorrow, so that's just the integration, which is less than a day.
So for people purchasing less than $500, I think this is a great tool right here. I lost the term for it yesterday. Western Union. It works a lot like Western Union, but it's going to give me the option to go pay for this with cash. Did I click the right one, Steve? Let me go back a page. Pay with cash. Is that what I clicked?
I actually didn't.
Okay. Pay with cash. It's got 3 different transactions in there for $700. But we're going to hit continue, and here is ZipZap. This is what Steve was just talking about. Works a lot like Western Union. If you want to find what's happening in your backyard, I happen to be over in Coeur d'Alene today, so I'm going to type in their zip code, 83814, and click search. And it's going to open up a new window and tell me where I can go to drop off cash or pay with a debit card to pay for those transactions I have in my e-wallet. So I could go to Advanced America, I can go to Quick Cash, I can go to Ace Cash Express, or I can go to either one of the Albertsons here in town. So walk in, I can only imagine, I haven't done this yet myself, it's got to be a lot like Western Union. You're just going to go in and pay for that transaction. So once you determine if there is a ZipZap location in your backyard, and I haven't typed in everybody's zip code, but I got to tell you, here in little old Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, there was 4 different locations that I could go do this transaction. Transaction fee, $7. I'm going to hit select. $707. I'm going to type in my PIN that I established with the company. I think this is going to give me a reject notice because I'm over $500. It's only supposed to be a $500 limit.
Right.
Oh, I forgot to hit the I authorize. If I didn't have that many transactions in there, you would get a confirmation page that it would ask you to print out. Yeah, we used this yesterday. I authorize. I don't know why I'm not going through to that page. See, there it is. Sorry, but there is a $500 limit on cash transactions. So if I only had $500, if I was trying to load up $500 into my e-wallet, either with cash or a debit card, this would have gone through to a payment slip, but I would then print that payment slip out, take that down to the local Albertsons, and walk into the ZipZap counter and say, hey, here's the receipt, here's my $500, again, either cash or debit card, send that to this location. So that's another very quick way to get funds into this account is through ZipZap. Again, credit card I think is going to be pivotal when we get that set up. I think you're going to be able to sit down with most people that are purchasing less than $1,500 in advertising, and we're going to be able to set them up and just sit down and use a credit card.
Yep.
So, Steve, I hope I hit most of the topics. I'm going to go open up the question and answer area and see what we can.
We got about 15 minutes to cover answers, cover questions, folks. So hope that was informative for you. And reminder, we'll be doing these webinars every day at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 7 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, so Steve, Arlie wants to know when will the auto repurchase become effective?
Hopefully by the end of the week. We're getting the repurchase system back online right now. Been a few little hiccups with that, so hopefully by the end of the week. But it might be beginning next week before we get to that. That will make it a lot easier for people. I appreciate your patience with that.
Good deal. Casey wants to know if we already have an e-wallet with the same company, can we use the same e-wallet for Leaf?
No, this is a specific e-wallet for Leaf. So if you have a relationship with a different company who also uses iPayout, it would be a different iPayout e-wallet. At least that's something to understand.
Okay, good. That's good to know. Dave wants to... Oh, this is a good question. Dave wants to know, I can't see anywhere in the new back office where it lists my early bird status. I took the 148 package. Thanks. So I think that's a valid question, Steve. I've had it from a couple of people.
Thank you for pointing that out to us. We do have that information in our admin. We'll make sure that's displayed correctly. Appreciate that.
Okay, this came up yesterday, Steve. I guess this is something else we need to get through to the programmers. I guess the income opportunity video that we have on the landing page is not working. That link is not working.
Okay. Thank you again. Our apologies. We'll get that working ASAP.
Yeah, this is probably a good one to throw out. See, it looks like we've got, some people that made purchases or not made purchases. I'm sorry. They loaded the old e-wallet before we transferred over to the new system. They don't see that yet. Do we have any kind of timing as to when those funds will clear old e-wallet system into their new account?
Yeah. So it's a bit of a transfer issue. We do have all those tracked. We're working with our previous payment processor to make sure that they've cleared. Once we find that, then we'll move those numbers over to the new system and transfer the money between our banks separately. So it's a little convoluted. We apologize for that. There's really nowhere around some amount of downtime. So we minimized what we could in terms of being down for as little as possible.
Okay, it looks like these two questions are coming back to back, so I'm not sure somebody's trying to answer it. I think I can cover this one. What is the difference between an associate and a starter? And customers would be free affiliate, yes. I'll do the first one, associate and starter. A starter is someone that has, well, I guess they're both the same, right, Steve? They paid their $48 administrative fee.
Well, no, it's not fair to say that they're the same. A starter is the rank of an associate. So a manager, an executive, and a senior executive are all associates. And associates are people who pay the $48 to have access to all the earning capabilities. As we pointed out early in the webinar here, the affiliate is free, but you only earn from one source, which is the sales commissions. A free customer is completely different. They don't pay anything, and they're just a customer who's probably hopefully going to purchase advertising, but if not, then they're just using advertising free by doing their own survey.
Very good. All right.
So go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, this was kind of related. Customers would be free affiliates. I know in the old system, I think there might have been some confusion there, but there is a difference between customer and free affiliate. Steve, how does that look in the new back office?
Exactly the same. Customers are not free affiliates. Free affiliates are people who are saying, yes, I want to work this as a business. I'm choosing to use the free option and not pay the $48, and I know that I can only earn from sales commissions. Customers are people who are just saying, I just want to purchase the advertising. That's all I'm interested in. Whether it's free or I pay for it, or I'm just interested in the social network when that comes along, or the web builder when that comes along. I'm just a customer. I'm not interested in a business opportunity. Those people are either affiliates or more likely associates.
Good. Okay. And then this came from Deanna as well. Do customers need to fill out the e-wallet? I don't even know if they're going to, if a real customer that signs up at vleaf.com is going to have access to the e-wallet. Steve, is that?
They will. A customer will, because it's going to be how they will pay for their advertising.
Okay. Now we've got Hazel for the UK.
They don't have to if they want to do it. a free customer, they can. But if they choose to purchase, it will take them through an e-wallet setup, which is not uncommon. I see a lot of e-commerce sites that use e-wallets to purchase with.
Gotcha.
Maybe not exclusively, but it's not uncommon.
Okay, we've got some UK questions coming in. Is a bank routing number the same as short code in the UK? I have absolutely no knowledge there. I used to be a banker.
And you're a banker? Come on, you should know this, Mike. Please take note of that. We'll get an answer to that. If you could, Mike, take note of the user and that question. We'll try and get an answer to that as soon as possible.
Hazel, we'll get an answer to you. Lee also looks like from the UK. Can European, or maybe just from Europe, can European Leaf members link their bank accounts with iPayout, or is it just North America/Canada?
No, they are international. They are international.
iPayout is international.
Absolutely. I think they support almost everywhere. There are a few countries they don't work.
Okay. I'm jotting down Hazel's information. Okay. For those of us who used Payza to get started, how can we transfer any money in there over to iPayout?
We are actually integrating Payza as a separate option. That will be integrated. Basically, when you choose, it'll be probably they'll have e-wallet earnings, rebate earnings, sales commissions, and Payza will be another option to pay. When you choose Payza, it'll take you through the Payza portal.
Good. All right, Bill's doing a shout out. Bill says he uploaded a scanned document for savings. Works good, approved, quick, and easy. So thanks for the heads up, Bill. I will tell you that there is a note there if you're using a savings account. There was a notation in there to call your bank and make sure they're using the same routing number. I guess maybe some banks use separate routing numbers for savings accounts. But thanks for the shout out, Bill. Okay, I got this question all day today. If we have already funded our wallet, do we have to redo this? I don't remember uploading a voided check. I'm going to try and answer that one, Steve. So if you've already funded your wallet and purchased advertising, that was the old system. You do still want to go through this iPayout system because this is the system that's going to pay you. So whether you want to upload funds or not, you still want to set up an iPayout account because this is how you're going to get paid. When you finally decide to take some of your sales earnings or rebate earnings and put them in your pocket, you're going to be using iPayout. So absolutely go set up this system. And yes, you're going to want to do that uploading of a voided check because that's what's going to link, do that final confirmation of linking your iPayout account back to Leaf. How does the linking of bank accounts work from outside the U.S.? I think we just covered that. Bank check, I think we've answered that. Here's Steve from the UK. Stephen, do we need a routing number if we are in the UK? Steve, I guess you're on the same list as Hazel now. We'll get that information to you to see exactly how that pans out. What else we got here, Steve? You can fax it as well. Tom, that's true. You can fax in that documentation to iPayout. iPayout has their 888 number listed, so you can send that documentation over to them as well. Okay, Mike's got a good question. What happens to people that do not have checking or savings accounts? Can they still join, or must they tie a bank account to get started with Leaf? On getting money in, Mike, I'm going to tell you they can still use a credit card. They can still use the shoot, Steve. No iPad account. You would have
That's a good
you
question.
Would not have,
I don't know that iPayout requests you to that you have to do that. I don't think that you do. I think you could use cash and use it. You can request a debit card through iPayout and then pay yourself using the debit card.
Yes. Yep. So that's
And you basically,
On the end and
from
out,
the wallet account.
yeah, you would not need to add a bank account. You're going to have to use one of the other methods to actually purchase your advertising. That ZipZap would actually work. I guess they could have somebody else wire funds into their iPay account as well. If they're going to do a wire, they're going to need to use somebody's bank account. Second question from Mike: a free account. Let's see. Oh, must a free account start an e-wallet to show up in my back office? I don't know the answer to that, Steve. Do you? I don't think so.
I didn't quite catch that. You said if you got a free account, can he get an e-wallet set up? What
triggers that new associate or that free associate to show up in the sponsorship? Does it require them to set up their iPayout account?
I see. I about sponsorship actually. No, we apologize. There's been a few glitches with some sponsorship links on the new page. We're getting that figured out. It's actually one of the most urgent things we're working on. So if that is not resolved for you in the next 24 hours, open up a ticket, let us know. We'll make sure that.
Okay. It looks like Ella's trying to help us out here, or Aaliyah, maybe. IBAN number is missing for international clients. So there's a little key to us. Steve, I guess we can get the phone with iPayout to see what an IBAN is all about. Aaliyah, I'm writing your name down too, so we can shout out to you and get to the end of that process. A couple more questions here, and see that I guess we probably. Here's a very common question. Why is my founder status not showing in the new back office? I think Steve already cleared that. I thought the question was going to be, is the early bird special still available? Steve, I'll let you answer.
And the answer is no, that has been discontinued. I will let you know we'll have some other promotions that we'll be announcing later this week. One promotion, and we'll always have other promotions that we bring out. That was just a particularly good one to help get us launched in our early days. So,
okay.
But it is now gone. Bye bye, birdie.
Okay. I think this needs to be addressed because there's quite a few people. I'm not going to throw Steven under the bus here and tell you that he actually paid his $12.95 for the e-wallet 6 different times. Oh, I guess I did just throw you under the bus, Steven. Sorry. But the question becomes, hey, I got billed multiple times trying to set up my e-wallet in the old system. Am I going to get refunded back the excessive number of times that I got billed for that e-wallet process? Obviously, it wasn't working right.
Absolutely. If that got left in the wayside, my sincere apologies. We were using a third-party provider. I'm not necessarily pointing the finger, but there was quite a few things that got missed. Again, my regrets. Let's make sure we get that corrected for you. Would you make sure you get his, have him send us his info about that so we can track that? Make sure I get that.
Yes, that's Steven. Steven, your next question was, does the company, wait. Can I use ZipZap in the UK? And all I can tell you, I don't know the UK, if you guys have zip codes over there, I'd try to plug one in and see what kind of response you get. But if you go into your iPayout back office, feel like you're going to buy some advertising and get to that. Or actually, I think you can go to ZipZap.com, and it'll actually give you a listing of where they're actually live. So unless you know more about the UK, Steve, as far as whether ZipZap functions there.
Let's see. I'm on their site right now, and let's take a look. Doesn't say right off the find a payment center.
And then Artie spins back. What does the company does Leaf charge for the receipt of ZipZap transactions? I'm going to say I don't see that anywhere listed. Again, we might be in a little bit of trial and error there, partly. I know I was going to actually make some of these transactions, actually complete them, so I can say, yes, I've done it, I see it, here's exactly how it works. So, Steve, maybe we could reach out to ZipZap or maybe Leaf. Do we know if there's an extra charge on Leaf's side for that ZipZap transaction?
Right. Yeah, I don't. It just says 7, so I don't think there is. So let's take a note and we'll figure that out. Anything else you got there?
This is kind of an important question. It kind of ties into repurchase of advertising. As we stated earlier in this webinar, you guys, you do not have automated purchasing or repurchasing of your rebates or your sales commissions. So you need to go in and do that on a daily basis. Simply go into your back office. When you go into your SWO, you're going to see your dashboard. You can see it from your dashboard or your advertising rebate section. And you're going to want to go in and repurchase your advertising. Now, the question here is, on daily rebate, can we split payment to e-wallet and rebate purchase? So the way this actually works, guys, is if you want to move some money into your iPayout account, which you cannot do yet, you won't be able to do that until the 26th, 27th of this month. 26th, I think it was, right? Was the target date, Steve?
Correct.
Anything that is in your rebate earnings or your sales earnings, anything that's in there is what you're going to be able to move into your iPad account. So the answer to the question is yes, you can split what you make on a daily basis. The way you split it is you simply take what you want to buy more advertising with and you go buy that advertising. Leave the rest of it in your rebate earnings or in your sales earnings until you're ready to move that into your iPayout account. And that's how you actually take your funds. That's your holding tank for taking your paycheck.
Yep.
All right, I'm reading through a couple other questions here, Steve.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yes, we answered that, Lauren. PAYSA will be available. I'm not sure the timing on that, Steve. The timing on PAYSA?
Before the end of the week. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, before the end of the week. Yeah.
We answered this question already. Is Early Bird still available? That closed out. And Early Bird Specials. Early Bird Special, we answered that again. Oh, here's one that people might be a little bit frustrated with. Support transactions do not show up on my site, neither sent nor received. I haven't even looked for that, Steve. Is that something we need to take note of?
I will take note of that. That's not a great thing, and we will add that towards the top of the bug fixes.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to read this one because it says, "Great job, Mike." Hey, thanks. Thanks for ignoring Steve and giving me the kudos. I appreciate that. Well, sorry, Steve. I'll give you that username and you can go talk to him, Steve. What is the process to pay the $48 annual fee? Guys, go in and pay the $48 annual fee. Just click on the green button in the setup process on your setup tab. That's going to move it into your iPad account and create an invoice. Do the same thing with your builder package. Whether to do it builder package 1, 2, or 3, select that builder package. It's going to move that invoice into your iPad account. Once that's in your iPad account, it works like a shopping cart. So I will tell you the easiest way we're going to be able to do that is with credit card access, just like we did in the old system. You're going to be able to pay for the $48 plus the $20 with a credit card. Right now, the only way to pay for it, again, is I think the two clearest paths, ZipZap, where you're going to have to actually load the e-wallet and you'll be able to pay for that $48 and the builder package with funds that you've actually deposited into your iPad account. Use ZipZap or use the wire into e-wallet. Use one of those two methods to load that e-wallet and then pay for those fees. But it becomes much easier when the credit card goes active, hopefully by Friday. Do I need to wait? I lost it. It scrolled and I wasn't supposed to scroll. I lost my place. Oh, here it is. Do I need to purchase a new prepaid card and a new e-wallet, and what will happen to the money that was taken in the old system? I guess that's on everybody's mind, Steve. I paid $12.95. What's it going towards?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just going to be a cost of doing business. There's
not really anywhere
All right,
around
and
that.
if a person, let me be very clear here, if a person wants, they can order a debit card. To use your iPad account, I've used it in their business model just recently, and you can transfer your funds right to your bank account. You have it set up to hit automatically. Anything that you move into iPayout automatically ACH transfers directly into your checking account. Transaction fee on that is $2. So you don't have to have a debit card inside of this program, inside of iPayout. If you want a debit card, I guess the answer is yes. You're going to have to go back and pay for it. Seems like that was a pretty inexpensive fee on this one. I looked that up, and it was maybe $6 for a debit card.
Yeah, it's less than the previous one was, and it is optional.
Okay, just the last couple, and then I guess we should probably break up. We've been on here for 45 or 55 minutes, even though we still got 50 people hanging with. The logout button on my site is not visible. I think that's going to be browser. The logout button on my site is not visible. I think you still, on most browsers where I've noted that, Stephen, is if you roll over it and click it, you still get the option to close it out. But I think that's browser window specific.
Yeah, that's probably. I would recommend updating your browser to the recent version, and if you're using IE, even on the most recent version, IE is just a buggy browser. So